Hi and welcome to WWE Girl Talk. I'm Coral.
I'm Ashley and I'm just waking up and I'm in my pyjamas and I haven't worn my makeup, sorry. I couldn't be bothered.
And today we're doing our predictions for Battleground 2016.
So what we normally do for predictions is we both predict stuff, and then if we both predict the same thing we flip a coin, and we get the other thing that no one wanted. So basically whoever gets the most predictions right wins, and whoever loses has to do a forfeit. So this time the forfeit, the loser has to do a wrestling type promo about losing. Something a bit different. And sorry we're doing it this way, we just haven't had time to do it together, we've just been too busy. Sorry. So we're going to order of Wikipedia. First match, Dean Ambrose vs Seth Rollins vs Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship in a triple threat. I can't see Dean keeping it, to be honest. I think he was, I don't know why they gave it to him really. I think it's just to take it off Reigns and to have all the hype from Money in the Bank, but I think Seth's going to get it back. I don't see him giving it to Reigns because he just got suspended. I think it would be very stupid for them to do that. It doesn't really send a good message. Yeah, I think Seth's going to have it. I can't see the championship staying on SmackDown. It's going to be at Raw. And I hope with the brand split now they're going to actually make new championships and stuff, because I don't see it making any sense just to have the one massive championship. But I guess we'll see, really. But I think it'd be quite nice for Seth to have it. I don't think Dean's done anything with the championship since he's got it. Unfortunately, this whole Dean and Seth feud, this whole run up to Battleground has just been about Reigns being suspended anyway, so it's not really been effective. So that's quite disappointing, really.
Right, so the main match of the whole thing is Dean versus Steph versus Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight title, or championship rather. Ideally, in an ideal world, Dean would keep it and the title would go to SmackDown, but we all know that that will not be a thing. So, because we know, Ashley, you've gone for Seth, I've had to go for Roman Reigns. It'd be silly for it to go to Reigns, but I've gone for Reigns because Ashley's gone for Seth, and we all know for a fact it's going to go to Raw. It's going to go to the flagship show. It's not going to go to SmackDown whatsoever, so it'd be silly for it to go there. But I don't know whether the brand split's going to make it interesting or make everything be very predictable on the night. So, but I definitely think it's going to Raw. So if Ashley's picked Seth, I'm going to pick Reigns. So Natalya versus Becky. I've gone for Natalya on this one. I feel like Natalya deserves a bit of a win. Obviously, as you know, I'm quite far behind, so I could be wrong in this. Becky also deserves a win. I think it's a shame that she's gone to SmackDown, but because there's no Divas Championship there, so I'm hoping we might finally get a Women's Tag Championship. But I feel like Natalya's the more experienced wrestler here, even though Becky's a brilliant wrestler. I feel like they're gonna give it to Natalya for the pure fact that she is almost the veteran of the female divas at the moment. She's been there quite a long time. I think it was 2008 she debuted, something like that. It said something like that on the brand split, so I was quite intrigued by that. But yeah, I generally think that they're gonna push her because I think she deserves a win. After all that crap that she went through with Charlotte, so cool.
So Becky Lynch and Natalya. This feud started well, and then it just kind of didn't go anywhere in the last couple of weeks. So I was a bit like, oh, this is actually a match. Didn't know. It's probably going to be pre-show actually, because that hasn't been mentioned in pre-show, but it probably will be this. I think it was a bad mistake to make Natalya heel in the first place. I don't think she did it very well. And I just think Becky's going to win just because they do like to push Becky a lot. She doesn't lose a lot of matches. If you look at her track record, she doesn't really lose. She wins quite a lot. And I can't see her losing really. But I'm not really into it, this match, because yeah, they haven't really gone anywhere with it. It started off alright, and then plus everyone just turns on Becky. That is her thing. That's like her thing. Like, what other storyline has she been in where no one's turned on her? Like, she needs a bit more of a story, because I can't really get into her at the moment because of that. Like, it's just the same thing, just a different diva. So, oh well. So next is Rusev versus Zack Ryder for the US Championship. I love Zack Ryder, but this just makes no sense to me. It just kind of come out of nowhere. Ryder just kind of randomly targets people and goes, yeah, I want a championship opportunity, and then suddenly he gets it. I can't see Zack Ryder beating Rusev. Rusev's beat people that are much more well established than Ryder is. I can't see Ryder winning. It just makes like someone like John Cena, who couldn't beat him for ages, look really bad. I don't know. I've gone with Rusev on this one because I just don't think it's realistic. And plus, I think Zack Ryder will team up with Mojo Rawley, hopefully. Although there was rumours that it wasn't meant to be Mojo coming up, it's actually meant to be No Way Jose. I know Jose's only been there like a month. I think it would have been way too soon. Like, look what happened to Apollo Crews, for example. Like, he got put out way too soon and he's not that good, actually. I think he needs to have more work done on him. But hey, bit of a random match, actually. But it's good to see Zack Ryder. I think Zack Ryder is amazing. Like, he can talk and he can wrestle. Like, I just love him. I love Zack Ryder. But he hasn't been used well enough for ages, so I'm glad he's back on the screen, really.
Rightio, Rusev versus Zack Ryder. I'm so far behind, I didn't realise that he had a match. But the brand split, I think, has made this one another obvious one. When you think about it, the brand split, we've only got the Intercontinental Championship on SmackDown right now. So we've got Rusev versus Zack Ryder for a championship, which is the US Championship. I reckon Zack Ryder's going to win it to purely bring another belt to SmackDown. I think that's the obvious answer there. I don't think Zack Ryder will keep it for long. I reckon he's going to tag with Mojo Rawley because they've both been drafted to SmackDown. Finally get the Hype Bros. So yeah, loving the Hype Bros. I'm really excited for that and American Alpha coming up. But yeah, I think Zack Ryder's going to win this one purely down to the fact of the brand split to keep another belt on there. So yeah. Miz versus Darren Young. So I did pick the Miz, but I lost the coin flip between me and Ashley, so I've had to go for Darren Young, unfortunately. This is another one that goes towards the brand split as to why I think the Miz was going to win, just to keep the belt on SmackDown, because they don't actually have any belts if they lose this one and everyone else wins. But Darren Young has had a really big push. Let's make Darren Young great again. He was never great before, so that's a bit weird. So yeah, let's make him great again. Give him a title. I think that's the only reason why they're giving him a title shot, though. But we'll see what happens there. I generally think it's going to stay with the Miz, but I've had to go with Darren Young on this one. So you never know. I may be surprised, and then we'll be stuck with no belts on SmackDown for a whole entire year. Okay.
Okay, so the Miz versus Darren Young. Yeah, as Coral said, we both went for Miz. I won the coin flip, yes. Intercontinental Championship's got to stay on SmackDown. There's no way about it. Like, you cannot have no championship on a flagship show. That's a no-go. One mistake they've already made is they've put all the new tag teams on SmackDown, but the championship belts on Raw. That makes no sense to me, but hey, I'll let that slide for now, because that's the story for a different day. Talk about Miz and Darren Young. I think it's a big mistake for them to have Darren Young debut. He won a Royal Rumble match by mistake, mad. And then he's now going to lose at Battleground. If he wins, I'll be very surprised. But if he loses, making him great did not work. To be able to carry on his make Darren Young great again, he needs to win this match. I can't see it happening. We could be very surprised. Maybe Zack Ryder will end up winning the US Championship, and then maybe Darren Young win the Intercontinental, and it will all just swap over. Who knows? But I can't see it happening. That would be quite too much change for them. They don't like change, and that would be way too much. But yeah, the Miz has got to stay, and I'm surprised it had this long. Actually, I thought he'd have it and then lose it in like a couple of weeks. But yeah. That is my prediction for that one. Not really looking forward to it, to be honest. I'm not too sure about Darren Young. Something about him I don't like.
So Sasha Banks versus tag partner that we don't know yet, but we're against Charlotte and Dana Brooke. I went with Sasha, but I lost the coin flip, so that's Ashley's. Well done. And then so I'm stuck with Charlotte and Dana. I haven't really seen much of Charlotte and Dana together. I think I've just got to the point where they're about to get together from where I'm watching. So I don't know how great they are together or whatever, but they did both get drafted to Raw. Same as Sasha, and I genuinely think that her mystery guest is going to be Bayley. Why wouldn't she have been brought up in the draft? This is going to be the reason why. They're going to play on the whole we had the Iron Woman match and all that afterwards as well, so especially if they win. But yeah, I'm just concerned for the women's division on NXT more than anything. Because there's Asuka. Asuka is the only one left. She's going to get stuck wrestling Peyton Royce, because that's going to be fun for all of us. Or Liv Morgan. Ugh.
So yeah, I want the coin flip. Sasha and mystery partner. It probably is going to be Bayley. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it might be a mistake having that happen. It might ruin the potential feud that could happen between Bayley and Sasha in the future. But yeah, I agree with Coral what she said. If they don't bring her up, why do they not bring her up in the draft? I don't know if they just want to keep her on SmackDown, on NXT, because as Coral said, there's no other divas left really. But why would you keep Bayley there when you're bringing up people like Alexa Bliss and Carmella are good, but they're not Bayley good? Does that make sense? So why would you bring those two up and not Bayley? Makes no sense to me. To be honest, I'm not looking forward to this match because we've seen it on SmackDown and Raw already, really, just in segments. So I feel like I've kind of already seen it. But yeah, if it's not Bayley, I don't know who the mystery partner would actually be. No, I can't think of anyone. Could be someone like Naomi. She might come back. Could be someone coming back from injury. Could be Naomi. Could be Emma. She might be like, Dana, why did you leave me and team up with Charlotte? That's rude. You just don't know. Maybe it is someone from injury. Ooh, didn't think of that till now.
Alright, so we've got the Wyatt family versus the New Day. Didn't know this was a thing. Forgot that the Wyatt family came back because I forgot. I knew they got drafted. Apart from Luke Harper didn't. Weird. So I don't know what's going on with him. But I've gone for the New Day. No, I haven't. Yes, I have. Gone for the New Day. I'm really impartial to this match. I've gone for New Day because it's New Day, you know. I'm waiting for Enzo and Cass to take it off of them, but they're otherwise occupied on the night.
Yeah, I've gone with the Wyatt family for this one. I'm not so sure why, because they're now split up. But I just think New Day aren't going to win this. This is just unrealistic again. I don't know why this is a feud. It doesn't make any sense to me, like whatsoever, on any spectrum. They had this weird compound thing on Raw, which kicked up a massive stir with TNA. Or I don't really understand it. And then they split the Wyatt family up after this feud, so I don't understand what they're trying to do. I just don't know what they're trying to do. Yeah, I've gone for Wyatt family. I don't really care about this match, to be honest, because it's just random. Just come out of nowhere a couple of weeks ago. They were going to have the New Day didn't like the Wyatt family. That's a weird target for the New Day. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really bothered, to be honest. Yeah, New Day are going to lose, probably. We'll see.
So we've got John Cena with Enzo and Cass versus the Club. I've gone for the Club. I think they're going to get a win because it's the last time before the brand split goes final where they're going to be together, and I reckon we might get a bit of Finn Balor play a part in that as well if they're going to play on the Club thing on Raw, because obviously AJ Styles has gone to SmackDown. So I think the Club's going to get the win for this one, and then it's going to boost the whole, we're doing this for you on Raw, we're doing this for you on SmackDown. So yeah, I think AJ Styles and Club. Bullet Club.
I've gone for John Cena and the Enzo and Cass guys for this one, because the Club is splitting up. I don't think it makes sense for them to have a win if they're splitting up. Because it's like, oh, why are we splitting up? We won. I know it's not out of their control, but I'm just thinking for sense. Maybe, Joe, I don't know why I do this. I don't know why I think for sense, because WWE never makes sense. Yeah, I think Cena and Enzo and Cass. It'd be quite disappointing for Enzo and Cass to win it, to lose this at me. I feel like they should not have put Enzo and Cass at John Cena. I think like it's kind of, I don't like them as much. I think they need to be carrying on doing their own thing in the tag team division. Let's keep the tag teams out of like the mid card / main event scene. It just makes it like there's no tag team division at all. Like there isn't one on Raw. Think about it. Who is there? Yeah, so I think John Cena and Enzo Cass. And John Cena, I think, is on his way to retirement. So yeah, I think he's a bit like, oh, I'm getting old for this now. He's doing so many other things, like apart from wrestling, he can easily just do that really. So I think he's almost out. Considering he's not like the face of Raw, I mean that's a big telltale sign in my eyes. But hey, John Cena.
Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn again. Big surprise. Both gone to Raw as well. It's never going to end. It's like, you know, when they do the whole John Cena and Randy Orton, their 10-year feud. It's going to be that, but we're actually going to remember it, and it's going to go over and over and over again. It's like just make up for like 5 minutes, so then it could be fresh again. But yeah, we've got this match again. I think Kevin Owens is going to win because I like Kevin Owens. That's pretty much as far as it goes. As bearable as Sami Zayn is now that he's on Raw and SmackDown, I didn't really like him too much on NXT. But I do like him now, but Kevin Owens all the way. He's one of my favourites. He's one of the favourite modern day wrestlers. He plays a great heel. He just plays a great character. What more do you want from a wrestler?
So for this one, I've actually gone for Sami Zayn. Apparently it's meant to be their last match in this feud, according to the commentary table. I think that's a bad idea that this is their last one. They haven't done anything for the build up at all whatsoever. They've had a couple of fights down the ramp and that's about it. Like until a couple of weeks ago I forgot they were even in a feud. Like it's just ridiculous. There's been no talking segments, no promos, nothing. It's very lackluster. Nothing's really happened. I'm like, if this is going to be the last one, bad mistake. I've gone with Sami Zayn because Kevin Owens won the last match they had, whatever pay-per-view it was. Was it Extreme Rules? I don't know. They had a match and Kevin Owens won it, so I think this last one is going to be Sami Zayn. That is my point of view on that, just because Kevin Owens won the last one, and they've got to make it a bit even to carry on this feud 10 years down the line, like Coral said. So, but I hope that if they're going to continue this feud, you know, in a couple of years' time, whatever, it's better than this, because I feel like they've had no creative flow of it. It's just been a bit too scripted, it's been no flow. It's just been a bit weird. Yeah, no, not a fan. I had higher expectations when they both come up for this feud, and it's just kind of not done anything, which is kind of disappointing, really. Hey, you can't have everything in the world, I guess. There's also a random Jericho highlight reel with Randy Orton. He's coming back, yay! And they're going to try and hype up the SummerSlam match between him and Brock Lesnar. When I first heard about this, I thought Brock's definitely going to turn up, F5 him and walk off, but after Brock's been found out twice for using drugs, I'm not too sure, but they've not been suspended. He's not been suspended by WWE, which is a bit bad. You think, as he's part of the roster, they would have done something there, but no. They're like, nah, can't be bothered. We need him for SummerSlam, so we're going to ignore it. Didn't happen here, it happened in the UFC, it's not our problem. I'm like, what is going on with the world? So we see how that highlight reel is. I'm looking forward to Randy Orton. I haven't seen him in forever. I'm so excited. Hopefully it'll bring a bit of flavour to everything, hopefully. So yeah, that is going to happen. And those are our predictions for Battleground on Sunday. I'm really sorry I had to do it this way, and I'm just being lazy and just couldn't be bothered to actually do anything myself this morning, sorry. But yeah, let us know your thoughts on the our predictions. Let us know what you think. Do you think we're completely wrong, or do you think, you know, I agree with you actually? Yes, you're right. Just let us know, comment below. Let us know. Hope you liked our predictions.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, retweet, retumble, follow us, like us, comment below. Love us, like us, share us. Goodbye.